I don't think there's anything that captures winter and the joy of childhood in it more than Calvin and Hobbes. Bill Watterson, its creator, grew up not far from where I did in Chagrin Falls, Ohio. In fact, he lives around the corner from me here in Cleveland Heights. I think that if you want to understand this part of the Midwest, you have to at least partially start with Calvin and Hobbes. There's so much rooted in being a kid left alone with your imagination and creating a world that's bigger than your own, and nothing brings out that more than snow. I know that snow is a dirty word for most of the country, something that's tolerated only for skiing or TV commercials or just avoided altogether. But when I was growing up, snow was a kind of magic that transformed the whole world. From the hushed tones in a classroom of transfixed students at the first flurries dancing downward, barely dusting the ground, to endless snow days, sledding and building forts and clobbering each other with the stuff, culminating in hot cocoa and wet socks covered with bread bags. Midwest snow transcends time and place, becoming a stand-in for an every childhood. I think that's why Watterson's work resonates for so many. We see ourselves in Calvin and apply our own childhoods on this snarky, precocious kid. I think it's safe to say that Calvin and Hobbes is the childhood of a generation. The death of Kurt Cobain and the ending of Calvin and Hobbes represents a loss for Gen Xers, a lost potential and an eternal longing for someplace you can never go back to. Some people have wondered why Watterson retired to Ohio. He could have gone anywhere in the world and done anything, but maybe Watterson knew what we all forgot, that Calvin and Hobbes took place somewhere. You thought it was your childhood, but for Watterson and for me, that place has a name, and the first snow is a reminder that even as more places look the same and feel the same, there are real differences. And one difference is the idea that snow is more than just an inconvenience. It's a catalyst for the imagination, the exhilaration biting at your cheeks, the transformation of your world for at least 4 months out of the year, a feeling that, even as you age, comes back, a brief and short return to the Calvin and Hobbes we lost such a long time ago.